Hello, welcome to Inner Alchemist Tarot for the weekly reading of the 15th through the 19th. And yeah, we have another intense reading here. I'm just going to go through each steps of it. We're going to go over the possible energies beginning the week, the area we should be focusing on, unexpected energies coming through, messages and advice from Spirit, and a possible outcome for the week. So we're going to start out here with the buffalo. And it's the 8 of coins, 8 of crystals, 8 of pentacles. Strong and stable buffalo walks a sacred path, embarking upon his journey with dedication. He's devoted to putting all his effort into reaching his destination. Buffalo is full steam ahead on his road to glory and his commitment to proving to be worthwhile. He's here to remind you that even if your work seems tedious, just keep going, be adaptable, develop your craft, and plan your moves with vigilance and care. Know that you will be met with success. Dedication and progress. And then we are on to the 9 of acorns. And then acorns is also known as the wands. And we have the panther. Power and perseverance. Fueled by faith, mysterious panther is an empress of reclaiming her power. With heightened awareness, she is prepared for any opposition. Her resilient spirit shines when faced with the dark side of the moon. Panther will help you guide you safely as you face your fears and defend your position. By taking the right steps, your hard work on adventure is coming to fruition. You have invested a great deal of energy and time, and you're on guard. Fear not, for your perseverance is about to pay off, and your efforts will prove to be victorious. So 8 and 9 in numerology, we have 8 there, and then 9 is more of the higher, going off into completion. And again, we brought up the ram, which is again clarifying perseverance. You have many gifts. No problem can withstand the power of your mind. With patience, you can reach your mountaintop. Never give up, and good luck will follow. So again, we don't need patience or waiting even when we just set out. Remember what we were thinking of, what you were thinking of, what that felt like when you first began the journey, when you first began the project, and bring that feeling into your sphere. So you're not waiting or having patience, you just, with expectations of good things to happen, this is how it works, and working alongside your higher self, you just know it to be true. And luck isn't, again, not part of the equation when you just know that things are always working out for you. Everything's always about the wording, but we're kind of fine-tuning the language a little bit there. But there's Ram showing up to, again, confirm perseverance. And that's why this reading's a bit intense. When I was drawing the cards, I had noticed this about our energies that we have, that we faced this week, as we're ending up Taurus, and we're also finishing up the Mercury retrograde and the week, and it's going direct, I believe, tomorrow. But usually the week after, week before, week after, it's really intense energies. So just be mindful of that. So the first set of cards here is the possible energies beginning of the week. And so we have the King of Cups, and he is reaching for a singing bowl there. And he, with every task that comes upon him, he is a master of his emotions. So whereas some people will freak out when things happen, he keeps his cool. So he's master of his emotions, feelings, and which helps significantly when making decisions, because our emotions can be irrational, but he's cool and he trusts. And then we have onto the 5 of Swords. So again, these are the possible energies beginning the week. And the 5 of Swords here, they have a new deck, and it's the Tower of Dreams deck. It's beautiful because it brings in astrology and also the elements and the Kabbalah. And the images are just beautiful and very detailed. But the 5 of Swords is, winning at any cost. Feels defeated if he doesn't win. Fives are in numerology of the battle time. And the swords are air energies. So there's something going on in the mind, in the ego, intellect. So we have Venus here, and we have Aquarius right here. Venus shows what we value. In Aquarius, we value the cause we are championing, with little or no empathy or compassion for the individuals whose lives are affected by our actions. So we have to be careful. Again, these are just possible energies beginning of the week. But we have the King of Cups here. So be mindful of how you're coming across with your words and in your mind, even to yourself. It can be brash and harsh. Try not to win. And keeping your cool here with the King of Cups by the side there. And then we have the Judgment card. And the Judgment card, as you can see in here, the snake has shed its skin. And there's a call being made, a choice being made. And again, making that choice, self-realization, spiritual others. Are you judging others? Are you judging yourself too much? Again, next to this Five of Swords, it's just clarifying that. Drop the masks. Your light, shadow, and matter and consciousness, and you are a miracle. So invite that new you, that higher self in. Don't hide away. So, expand, evolve requires colossal forgiveness of the self. Accept your beautiful heart. Your higher self and the vastness of your horizon will make itself available to you. So invite it in, especially for this week, up right here next to the Five of Swords. Okay. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles here, next to that. And the Pentacle cards are the Earth cards, the Earth signs, which is Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. And again, we're ending Taurus. We're coming to the end of Taurus season into Gemini. And the Queen of Pentacles is a healer working. Material wealth and abundance is strong. Okay, so enjoy a deeply connected life and lead with an outpouring of love, abundance, and warmth into the situation, which is a beautiful card to have again with the Five of Swords showing there. And then going hand in hand, King of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, mastery of emotions. Don't lose your cool. Keep connected. Keep connected. While you may feel that ego, the mental mind coming in with the judgment. It's like, it's in the Bible, judge not lest you be judged, right? So it doesn't feel good when you're doing that, especially to the self, because it's self-sabotage in a way. So, connect, lead with warmth and love, from a charitable heart. Loyalty, family, community are themes at this time. Especially today's Mother's Day, is when this is being recorded. Your nurturing, down-to-earth approach will give stability and support to those you love. So don't extend your energy and avoid enabling others by over-mothering them. They must learn to walk on their own. Bring your self-worth and guidance and your glorious, powerful love to the situation here. So these are the energies that are the energies possibly beginning the week. And then here we have the areas which we should be focusing on. We have I'll go into this, but we have the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so we have the Eight of Pentacles. The buffalo right here is the Eight of Pentacles. Just want to draw a line of this. There's the Eight of Pentacles here. And then the Eight of Pentacles is again down in this card down there. We'll go over this. But right here is the area that we should be focusing on. So the Seven of Cups, he's trying to make a choice. And it can sometimes be overwhelming. But you can't get it wrong. Using your intuition and making the choice with your intuition. And again, the 7s, 8, 9, 10 in numerology, moving up on the completion scale in numerology. So as you can see with the picture here, and again, put the pieces where they go. This is a general reading. It's a general reading, so only you know what's going on in your life. My wildest imagination is a tool that I can use to inform my future in a down-to-earth way. So ask your heart what options honestly stand in front of you. Even if things are not exactly as they seem, choosing that which you truly desire will offer the most successful stepping stone right now. Okay, and then we have off into the Eight of Pentacles. And these are clarifying cards. It's a Seven of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and if you look, the B, and again, the Eight of Pentacles is showing up 3 times. I have to make a note of this. It's showing up 3 times in this deck. In this reading. So this is important that we see this. Okay? Practice and determination. Again, we have dedication, and we have progress, and we have, because I'm reading the first cards that will pull power and perseverance, and then perseverance again. So here, with the Eight of Pentacles, mastering skills take time and perseverance, and shortcuts are not the best way forward as you build your experience. Remain dedicated to excellence in developing your unique form. Study, practice, improve, and thrive. Put your love, your soul, and your energetic essence into your work, like the bee in the beehive. Find flow in the details, no matter what it is that you find yourself dedicated to. If you know it's time to move on to something more inspiring, find your plan to do so. Consistent action is called for, and often we feel blocked right before we expand to new levels. It's okay to be imperfect as you go along. As you become the master, find joy in your self-improvement to help get you there. So with loving determination, and I persevere, and I become the person I long to be. And then we have another clarifying card is the Palace of Coins. And again, this is from the new deck. Actually, that was before it, but that's okay. They're just clarifying cards with the Seven of Cups. The Palace of Coins. If you look at that image, it is just beautiful. That's the place where we live. The palace, and it's the last card in this entire deck, too. So the palaces are basically resting places for, the pages, the knights, the queens, and the kings. Okay. So the other places are fun to visit, but the palace is where we live. In Palace of Coins. And here we feel safe and secure, where we can tend to our earthly needs. We can be the kings and queens of our own castle. And here also we can experience the 4 elemental energies as fully human attributes. The intellectual, the owl, and the owl's up here in the tree. The impetuous, the deer, which is right here. The moody, which is the frog, which is down here. The mundane and the mouse is right here, which is signifying the mundane. The mountains are way in the background here. They're more distant than the other palaces, like the Palace of Wands. And the dreams and goals remain, but home is always waiting, and we need a rest from the journey. That's why I love this deck, is because it brings in 78 cards in a normal tarot deck, but there's 83 here with the Tree of Life, the Kabbalah. But then also they have the Palace cards, which is not normally in a tarot deck. And it's the resting places. So again, perseverance, and then a resting time. So this is the areas that we should be focusing on. Okay? And again, feel free to go back to these cards, because more might stick out after you hear about them. Then we're going to move on to the unexpected energies coming through for this week. Flow with it, baby. The Hangman, trust your intuition, your intuition. Trust the messages coming through as you're upside down. And that's what the Hanging Man means in the tarot is. It's a time out. Just flow with it during this time. There's a resting time. There's the Three of Wands. If you look at that image, he's waiting for his ship to come in. And he's naked due to his, his vulnerability, He's true to his cause. And the wands, this is the sun here, that's that symbol, and then we have the Aries. The wands are the fire signs. Action, passion towards the goal. As you're waiting, flow with it, waiting time. Still, again, the Mercury retrograde can be more potent when it's going direct. So there's still a RE, rest. Hanging upside down. We know right at the beginning of that ram, but we're not waiting or having patience when you just know, when you said what you did at the very beginning and you feel into it. And that's why we chose the first card here as the King of Cups, is that the very first card is kind of important. Well, besides these were the first cards, but those are the out, giving you a little window in. But the very first card is that it's really important is to, if things go down, keep your emotions in check and reach for that intuitive knowing, okay? So as you're resting, you're moving into the Knight of Swords. And the swords, again, are the air, the ego energy, the mental energy. Okay. So as the Knight of Swords is mounted on a white-winged steed, he represents the soaring flights the mind is capable of, whether flights of fancy or invention. To accomplish these flights, he must put aside the restrictions and inhibitions that his conscious mind has placed on him, so he can develop the original unorthodox pattern necessary for his flight. He must also focus entirely on his goal, without being distracted, for he is defying gravity by sheer force of will. His ability to focus is shown by the winged helmet. In contrast to the page's hat, which bore only feathers. Of course, such single-minded focus means that he won't be the most tolerant or empathetic people you'll ever meet. He may be quick to jump to conclusions or take offense, and this is where we're going back to the King of Cups over here, the possible energies beginning of the week. And this position that we're reading right here is the unexpected energies coming through. Remember, keep you cool. There's a lot of symbols in this deck, as you can see. And again, put the pieces where they go for you. And then we're off to the Five of Pentacles here. And Owl is the one who knows that knowing and knows and knows and knows. Not so much with the mind. Doors that activate magical opportunities are always opening to me. So you have the Hanged Man. So now's not the time to get all in your head and wallow about things, because there's always a choice to move beyond your current limitations. So make the absolute best of your luminous life. You're not locked out from that which you desire. See the keys will help you get there, and choose. Choose to open the door. So we started out this reading saying this reading's a little, it's intense. It's occupied with a lot going on as you're remaining steady within what you're doing here. And again, what we're just reading is the unexpected energies coming through. So the messages and advice from Spirit is right here. Okay. And the Eight of Pentacles, as I show gratitude through my life, through generosity and compassion. And slow, steady. Labor-intensive projects, sincere commitment and effort. The best way to get through a labor-intensive project is to identify with the work. So this is the Sun in Virgo energy. To become one with it, to place it in service. Okay, so keep going. Again, in numerology, when you're moving from 7 to 8 to 9 to 10, 10 is completion. 8's get you keep going because you're almost there. The moment gives you a divine interlude to revisit your purpose and direction. Your revival is possible only after you pinpoint the destination. So as the journey shifted so much that what you originally germinated is not the thing you desire to harvest, What needs to change to satisfy your deepest intentions? Are you feeling any frustration or lack of your progress? Waiting, sitting there, waiting. Remember that giant dreams are not built in a day. So take a moment to breathe and reflect as these profound sacred breaths can reinvigorate and realign. Again, we're still in that Mercury energy, Mercury retrograde energy, with the hangman right here. This is important, that position, which is the unexpected energies. And as the messages from Spirit are saying, hey, you know what? Take time to breathe and realign with what you initially, remember we said that at the beginning. Take time to align with the initial reason or the feeling to what you felt at the very beginning. Because when we're right there, or almost to the finish line, things tend to get a little annoying because we're getting impatient. And again, we have the Seven of Cups twice in this reading. Again, Seven of Cups is right here, right there. Making choices, which cup to choose. And this is such a beautiful card. There's so many different symbols in this card, and I really want to do it justice here. Okay. So again, cups energies is feelings, relationships, emotions. At the very beginning, we have the King of Cups that came out. This is just a different deck, so it has a different. You can see so many of that's coming up here. So decisions to make, indecision, inaction, daydreaming. So, okay, so many possibilities. Each cup is bold, beguiling that you cannot choose from one to the other. The fear for shutting out the others. It is as if you're standing before a signpost with a sign for each of the 7 roads. If you do not decide which road to walk, you will stand there forever. So, another interpretation, your mind, letting your mind drift in petty and pretty but empty fantasies, perhaps. So the cup's contents can be focused on the context of a specific question. The nautilus shell, as you can see here, up top, could mean you need to come out of your shell. The snake could mean immortality. The crossed keys could mean a search for wisdom. The wings could mean freedom. In folklore, the ladybug means good luck. The fruit tree might represent abundance. The jewels can symbolize spiritual richness. So all the symbols could just as easily have an entirely different meaning. And it's up to you. Put the pieces where they go. What cup to choose is going on right now. And again, that's right next to that 8 of Pentacles, which things may have not seemed to be like what you wanted at the beginning, but go back to the initial feelings of everything. And into the 10 of Wands. So that's a completion. That's the 10 in numerology as a completion card, and Wands are the fire signs of action, passion. So this card is, you may possibly taking on too much in it. So a lot of responsibilities, but do you really need to carry it all around? You can drop some of those wands. It'll go a lot faster if you ask for help too. So drop the non-essentials, any heaviness that's weighing you down, so you don't feel so burdened. So think about ease, and we'll go back to that hangman here to flow with it. Okay. So letting go of learned behavior, limited belief, and sometimes it means deleting the task on your calendar, whether your burdens are material, spiritual, literal, or energetic. It's clear you've got some baggage, so release that and enjoy your last steps to the finish line. Let go of some of those wands. That's what the messages are basically from Spirit coming in. And this is the possible outcome position right here. And the 8 of Wands, again, you're almost there. You're almost there. That's a fast-moving energy. Bring it on. And we have the Nine of Wands, so Eight of Wands into the Nine of Wands. And again, this deck, I really, really like this deck, and this is the first time I'm using it in readings. So I want to do it justice here to get that, so you really see what we're talking about. Okay. So here we see a soldier sitting on a series of steps that float in the air and ascend into the heavens. He has moved most of his armor, but not all. Although the battle is almost over, he remains in a state of readiness. In case the situation changes and the struggle resumes, he guards 9 wands and holds one as a weapon to warn off marauders behind him. The sun begins to set in an expansive side. So some great struggle is nearing its conclusion. The final victory is yet to be achieved, but the goal is in sight. Now is the time to stay alert, and attention of the crucial moment has proved the downfall of many an endeavor. Rejoice in having come so far, but take a moment to examine the battlefield for unforeseen weakness. Is your desire to achieve your goal blinding you to one thing that could prevent you from doing it? So some of you, I feel, may be, having that, yes, the battle with the self. We may be taking on vigilance in an unhealthy extreme. The situation pictured on the card is appropriate at certain important junctures in the course of an endeavor. But you don't want to live this way permanently. You might drive others away and ultimately prevent the fulfillment of your own goals if you make defensiveness a way of life. And again, that goes right back to what we were saying over here with the Five of Swords, winning at any cost, but you're only defeating yourself there. Okay. And the Judgment card right next to that is clarifying that card. The cards are never wrong. You can't make this stuff up. If it resonates, awesome. If it doesn't, just simply pass it on. Perhaps you know someone that could use this card right now. So, having invested so much time and energy into cultivating your dreams, which is the moon right here, and that's Sagittarius, you now go to extraordinary lengths to guard and protect your cherished goals. Okay. So then we have, and again, this is the possible outcome, Page of Pentacles. All three of these cards are. Okay, so pages are usually the newbies, the messages coming through. You get the Octopus, remains grounded, right, on the earth here, but still has the pentacle up in the air, which is, still you can remain headfast to your dreams, but remain grounded at the same time, because they're coming. Clearly the cards are showing that. Clearly the cards are showing that, again, remember how you initially felt at the beginning. So don't go ahead of yourself too much, because you'll get overwhelmed, and others will be, involved in that too. It's a foregone conclusion. That was a card that was pulled up. Foregone conclusion meaning it's already done. It's already done. Here's some last oracle cards, and we'll finish up the reading here. Forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. And again, that clarifies a lot of what we were talking about in this reading. Forgiving of the self. So your inner being never forgives you because it never judges you. It's the human that tends to do that. That's why we began the reading. I don't know if I did this today. This is that thank you, Spirit, for these messages, and thank you. You're always looking out from our eyes. It's just humans who tend to turn away for whatever reason. And that's when we kind of feel separate or segregated, separate from our inner being. Appreciation. I'm thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. When you sit in a state of appreciation, even if you can bring it in, when you can remember, changes a lot of the energies that are playing. Last but not least is belief. I believe in myself, the beauty of life, and the goodness of God, the universe, my inner being. Everyone has an inner being. Thus I have the power to fulfill my dreams. The will of the Almighty supports me, always. We're always supported and loved so much. My life is showered in divine light, and my heart opens to the power of the universe. So again, thank you for being here during this message. It's a little bit longer this time because it is really intense. A lot of messages coming through. And you have a beautiful week, and we'll be back here on Wednesday or maybe in between for a short oracle reading. And thank you, Spirit, so much for these messages. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking the video. And thank you for being here. Many blessings.